Hello, fellow fantasy lovers and book readers. I am Dylan, your co-host from Spaced Out Wizards, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be talking about horny witches and who they have been giving stitches. Later? Alright, sorry guys, that one's on later today. Today we're actually talking about the Nevernight Chronicles by Jay Kristofff. This series online is highly controversial. Lots of 1 stars, lots of 5 stars, lots of people saying it's the best or worst series of all time. Well, I gotta tell you, I love this series. One of the best book series I've ever read, never read anything else like it, and I want more people to read it so I can talk to you about it, because it's so good. Today, we're gonna be going through what this book series is about, what's the good things, what's the bad things, and an overall rating for emotional impact, characters, plot, writing style, and world building. All right. First up, what is this book about? Well, let me give you the setting. We're in a dark Gothic Roman Republic, and this is epic. How many fantasy books are set in a Roman sort of world? Not many that I've read, probably a lot of series. Please let me know what they are, because I want more of them, because this is the first one I got, and it was incredible. I love this series. I love this world. Some of the best world building I've ever come across. We got a dark Gothic Roman sort of republic. It's corrupt. The leader that's been in charge has been in charge for longer than he should be. He's trying to set himself up to be king. We don't want him to be, because what this character did is kill the parents of our lead character, Mia Corvere, a 16-year-old girl in our first book, Nevernight. One last thing I'll give you about this world is Nevernight. Why is that the name? It's because this world never has night. It only has darkness for 2 weeks every 2.5 years, and the rest of the time we're in daylight with 3 suns, because our gods are out of order. They've had a bit of a misunderstanding quite a while ago, and we don't get night very often now. Now, how does this play into our books? Well, Mia, our lead character, she has a little bit of magic. She is known as Darken, which means she has a little bit of control over shadows. She can pull herself into the shadows. She can jump from shadow to shadow, and she can grab other people with her shadows. And we'll learn more about this in the book and how that links in to the world and the overall gods of the world. Now, what is this story about? The Nevernight Chronicles are primarily a revenge story. It's Mia getting back at the people that were responsible for killing her parents 6 years ago. Now in the book, we get plenty of flashbacks to get a good idea of what happened to Mia's parents and how she got to where she is now. Where in book 1, Mia's going into assassin school so she can start getting the skills that she's going to need to be able to take down this republic and take down the people that ended her parents' lives. Book 1 is all about getting skills, surviving through assassin school, surviving through a bunch of other teenagers, all learning how to kill each other, and also getting started on this revenge journey. Great book, great twist at the end that you have no idea what's going to happen. Jay Kristofff gives you the hints you need along the way to see what's going to happen, but you don't know it right until the end. He's just that good. He writes twists better than anyone else I've come across. Book number 2, my favorite book of the series, God's Grave, is a gladiator story. Gladiator was one of my favorite movies growing up, and this book is the first book that I've come across where gladiators play a prevalent role, and I loved it. Mia's trying to get herself up to the Colosseum, doing a massive fight, so she has to go through a bunch of little fights to get herself up to that. She gets to learn way more fighting skills. She learns more about her magic. She meets someone else with the same magical ability. And she can. Great twist at the end. She gets a little bit more revenge. And it sets up the last book so well. So by the time we get to Dark Dawn, Mia is a certified bad-ass woman. And she is ready to get her revenge. But oh my God, do things go wrong for her. And how the hell does she get through it? You gotta read it to find out. You got a revenge story. You get an assassin school. You get gladiators. You get sick magic in a massive world. Great story. Just got so much goodness. So, the good and the bad, the world building, incredible. Gonna tell more about that later. The plot, so good. The smut. I've never read a book of smut before. Jay, great job, fantastic. What else? The writing style in this book is another one of the great things from this book. The writing style sets the tone well, puts you great into the book. We'll talk more about that later. And yeah, great series. The only negatives I'd say is there's a little bit of romance in it that isn't great, just because it doesn't make as much sense as, like, why do some of the characters like each other? They shouldn't have that stronger feelings for each other, but for the most part, very little bad things I can say about this series. Now, lastly, how do I rate this book? Well, firstly, I've got to tell you about the rating system I use. So I use the Rambler rating system, which is a out of 10 rating system written by the guys at To To Ramble, a YouTube channel, and they break it down into 5 categories. So they'll rate emotional impact out of 10, characters out of 10, plot out of 10, writing style out of 10, and world building. And they give you the average of that score. For me, this series got an 8.7 out of 10. For most categories, they blew it out of the park. There's just a couple categories where they weren't as strong. Emotional impact. Was I emotionally engaged in this book? Was I excited? Was I sad? Was I feeling the mood of the book? And yes, 9 out of 10, I thought this book glued my eyes to the page and I just wanted Mia to get her revenge so bad. I felt my heart rate go up. I got sad, I got happy. Fantastic. I felt the tone of the book perfectly. I absolutely loved it. Characters, this is the lowest rating I'm giving the book, and it's a 7.5 out of 10. Still great. A lot of great characters. Most of them I loved, most of them I felt for and wanted them to win. There's just a couple I wasn't as big a fans of. And there's just a couple authors that I find that do characters a little bit better. So it's just a 7.5 out of 10. But coming down to plot, dialogue, and world building, all 9 out of 10s again. The plot, revenge story, assassin school, gladiators, just the whole plot was just so compelling. Things going right, things going wrong, great twists that you should have seen coming but you never do. Just fantastic plot. I loved it. The pacing was great. There was good time jumps, there was good flashbacks. Fantastic. The writing style, Jay Kristoff's writing style is apparently not for everyone. I don't know why. I thought it was fantastic. Maybe it's because I'm Australian and he is too. But dark and gritty, a little bit of satire. The prose just flows nicely and just puts you in the world that you want to be in. It just flows nicely. It gives you that dark, overall setting, that old feeling, words that just would work for the world. Great writing style. One fun thing he does is he uses footnotes to add to his world building. So he'll reference something in someone's sentence and then he'll give you 5 paragraphs about this random story, and it's just a fun little exit from the story to get another little story on the page. Just lovely. Might not be for everyone. I personally loved it. Lastly, the world building. Yeah, another 9 out of 10. Roman vibes. Haven't had that in a fantasy book before. It's fantastic. The magic, fantastic. I don't want to spoil too much for you. The world with the way how day and night worked and the gods got involved in that. Love that. I can't say enough good things about this series. I just want you to read it, and get into it and enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe. Please tell me what other things you want me to talk about. Thank you so much.